welcome to another great event, the Superfan Addict podcast. I'm your host, Ray Showdog Prisby, and we have a great show for you tonight. So let's get started by introducing our guests. First up, we have Mama Bear all the way from Columbus, Ohio. And there she goes. And we have the Brownsternaut Cody all the way from Cleveland. And coming in all the way from Mexico, we have 1984 second round draft pick Keith Baldwin.
Hey.
Okay.
So real quick, let's go around real quick and let's see what everybody's been doing lately. Mama Bear, what you been doing?
Running all over the place. Hey, I'm getting ready for the playoffs for Pickerington Central. We actually beat Upper Arlington last week. And so we are now they're getting ready to go and do this. Whoever wins this game goes on to states. So y'all know my baby plays the tuba, but I enjoy me some good football watching the Pickerington Tigers ball out. So this game is going to be at the historic Crew Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. So where the Columbus Crew used to play soccer, that's where the game is going to be. So it's between Pickerington Central Tigers and then Olentangy Orange. So whoever wins out of this game goes to states. I like high school ball. Friday Night Lights is everything.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Okay. Cody, what's been going on with you, Cody?
There's just something going on in my head. Who's that making that funky noise? Showdown.
Who's that making that funky noise?
It's a banger, man. But yeah, man, I've just been hanging out, still getting everything settled in the new house and getting the baby all settled in. Finally found a gym for myself to get back. Just trying to get back to scheduled programming. Moving's crazy. I got to go to my first Buckeyes game last Saturday, so that was really, really cool. First time in the shoe. So had a cool little football weekend with the Buckeyes Saturday and Browns Sunday. I got some extra nice tickets, 4 rows back from the field for the Shador start. So didn't go as I'd hoped, but it was a close game and it was a lot of fun, man. I love the night games.
Okay, so you found you a Planet Fitness near you?
I turned over 30. I'm at the YMCA now, baby.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'll be doing a yoga class here before we know it. Yep.
Right. And our special guest, all the way from Mexico, Mr. Keith Baldwin. What's going on with you these days, sir?
Hey, man, I know you guys already know about it, but just a reminder, my Texas A&M Aggies are 10-0. We undefeated. We're running things in the SEC. So I've been following my Aggies, looking for them to make it to the SEC championship game for the first time. I got my tickets already. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped about the Aggies in their season this year.
Nice.
Okay, so what I think I'm hearing, if they make it and they play the Buckeyes, you gonna be there?
You already know. You already know. They went to Notre Dame early, and I wanted to go to the Notre Dame game, but I resisted. And I already got my tickets for the SEC champ. I hope I don't have to sell them. I hope they make it. I hope I didn't jinx them, but I got those. And if they make the playoff, I got to be there. I already told my wife, we're having people come over for the holidays. I say, I may not be here. You guys have to carry on without me. I'm rolling with the Aggies this year.
Okay,
Awesome.
okay. And for all our viewers who may not know, Keith Manning Baldwin. Yeah, I said your whole government
name. The middle name, everything, my government name.
The whole government name. He played defensive end in the National Football League, and somebody corrected me because Wikipedia has 6 years, but it was actually 7, correct?
Well, yeah. So I know the Browns have me on the team from 82 to 85, but I was actually on the 86 team as well, but I was on injury reserve. So for some reason, I don't know, they missed it. It doesn't really matter to me because the league office has me I'm getting paid in my pension for 86, and that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. As long as the money is right, hey, they can call it what they want.
See, that sound like Miles. As long as the money is right.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's jump into this whole thing because I got a ton of questions. I got a ton of questions for you, Mr. Baldwin. First and foremost, and a lot of people asked me to ask you this, and basically one of the first questions was how different was the draft process in '82? Because we know now it's a full production. They go 4 days.
Yeah.
Analysts all over the place. Something tells me it was nothing like that in '82.
It was nothing like that. I was originally scheduled. They were projecting I would go between 3 and 5 or somewhere in those middle rounds. And back then, I don't think anyone came to New York other than like one representative for the team. I don't know if you guys remember. They had tables set up, and they had every team had a table, and they would show the team when it was time for them to pick. They would show the team on the phone with so there was somebody in New York from Cleveland, and there was everybody else was in Cleveland. They were talking to them on the phone. So I was watching the draft. Me and my girlfriend, I was at my apartment, and I had fallen asleep during the first round, and missed some of that. I woke up. The second round was starting, and again being projected to go in the third, the fifth round. I'm just kind of waiting around, and then I'm watching the television, and I see the guy from Cleveland, and I could read his lips, and he said my name, and I woke up my girlfriend. I said, they're about to draft me. They're about to draft me. And she's like, what round is it? I said, second. She's like, no, they're not. Give them go back to sleep. I said, no, watch. They're about to draft me. He wrote my name down on the card, gave it to the guy. He ran it up, and sure enough, the commissioner said, Keith Baldwin. And I was like, I told you.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a whole different production than what it used to be.
Different.
It is now.
So Keith, real quick, do you remember when they had these phones at the draft?
Yeah,
I
do remember those.
I think this was
everybody had the helmet phones. Yeah,
I think this was '84.
That's so dope.
Yeah,
that's a classic right there.
That's hilarious.
There it is. It's a classic. Oh, hey, Tim, young Tim. Hey, good to see you, Tim. Glad you can make it.
Late but still great.
Sorry, I'm late.
Hey, you good? Hey, I ain't gonna tell you the things that Marlo Bear said about you, but we'll talk about that after the show. So let me ask this: what was training camp like for you as a rookie? I mean, did you bond with anybody? Did you get hazed? What was really going on at rookie camp?
Yeah, training camp. We were out at Lakeland Community College then, and training camp was rough, man. It was full pads every day, twice a day. It was hot, but what I remember the most about it was the fans. There were fans out there circling the field every day. In the mornings, they'd be fans out there in the afternoon. The fans in Cleveland are hardcore, and I remember that. But and just how competitive it was. It was very competitive, very tough. But also, we were competing for jobs, but all the guys would help each other. We were competing for the same job, but we would always, give each other tips, and the guys supported each other. It wasn't cutthroat at all. So I appreciate that family type of atmosphere. And then as far as the hazing, because you're showing this picture of us, and they would make us sing. They would make rookies sing, the fight song or whatever. So yeah, I had to do that, and it's all fun. It's all good.
Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
One other thing as far as hazing, this wasn't in training camp, but I'll go ahead and tell this story. One thing that the Browns did was around Thanksgiving, right about now, on Tuesdays was our off day. So they would tell all the rookies, they would just get a map and like draw lines on the map and hand it out to the rookies and said, hey, there's a farm that gives us free turkeys and you guys got to go pick them up. And so guys would ride all around Cleveland, ride all around Ohio trying to find these turkeys. So I had gotten up in the morning, got in my car, I was ready to go and my turkey. But then somebody called me at the last minute and said, don't go. It's a joke. So I was saved from that little piece of hazing. But a lot of the guys did go. And one guy, I think Turkey Jones, if you remember somebody named Turkey Jones, that's how he got his name. He went out, the story goes, and he found the turkey farm and brought back a live turkey to the Browns facility. And he was Turkey Jones ever since.
Okay. Anybody got it? Here's the thing. I got a lot of questions, but if anybody got anything, just after he finishes, just jump in or whatever, because I don't want to dominate the whole thing. But I know some of y'all is itching to add keep some questions as well.
Were any of you guys alive in 82?
Ooh.
I definitely was.
Barely.
Yeah, I was watching the Browns back then.
Okay.
Not me too.
I would have been
it's so
around
funny
9 years
because
old.
sometimes I go to events or whatever, and people ask me when I played, and a lot of the kids and young people weren't even born. They can't even relate to what I was talking about. So some of the people that who'd you play against, and I rattle off some names, and they don't remember any of them either. So
yeah, I was in first grade, so
yeah, first grade. Wow. That's perfect.
Wow, 82. I was stationed in South Dakota. I was in the Air Force. Yeah. I was
82. I was -12.
Wow, young blood in the building. Young blood.
No.
Yeah, I would have been
It definitely was a long time ago, for sure.
It's awesome though.
Yeah, I think I went to my first Browns game in about 85.
Okay.
I've been watching since I was about 4 years old. So in 82, I'd have been like 9. So yeah, I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Keith, the first year you got there, we had Brian Sipe and we had Paul McDonald.
Yes.
And if you look at the stat sheet, they both basically passed for 1,000 yards. I think Paul McDonald passed for like 997 or something like that, and Brian Sipe had like right over 1,000. So my question, I guess my question, did anything stand out to you in that your rookie year, with those two guys, or for that matter, the whole team?
Well, the thing about 1982 was that it was the strike year. It was
that's right.
It was the first year of the strike.
I remember
so we went. I don't know how many games we played. I think we played 4 games in order for because you had to play at least 4 games in order to count as a season as far as your pension and everything in the league. So we played 4 games and then we went out on a strike. And I think we missed the next, I forget how many games we were out on strike.
Wow.
Was that the year that they had the replacement players?
No. That was 87. That was the next
87.
next strike. 86 or 87.
I remember them trying to replace people that time.
They had the scabs.
Right.
But the first one, they weren't ready because it was the first time they had a strike. So the interesting thing about that is, we went through our whole strike or whatever. And then when we came back, the veterans got a bonus. So a lot of them, the salaries were so low back then that a lot of them actually made more by playing less games. Some of the older guys, some of the vets that have been in the league a long time, they got a big bonus. And the rookies didn't get anything. So I lost half a year's salary. And so I was like, okay, it's my first year. It'll be my turn next time. So then in 86 or 87, I think it was 87, we went out on strike again. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this time when we come back, I'm getting the bonus.
Yeah.
But no, they had the scab players come in and they didn't give us a bonus. I was like, wait a minute. You know, I still resented the fact, and I still say the league owes me, I was only getting $90,000 then. So I say the league owes me $45,000 and I still want my money.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so I missed half a year's salary. I sacrificed for the veterans and didn't get any return, I guess. Well, we got benefits and whatnot. We started getting more benefits, but the league was so different then. I mean, back then, when I started playing, when I was drafted, you didn't know what other guys were making. All of the salaries weren't posted. So you could be starting and making less than somebody playing behind you, and it was hard to negotiate. You know, they did that on purpose, didn't try to keep the salaries down. So now knowing that what everybody's making and everything, that's new. Back in my day, you didn't know, we didn't have that transparency.
So Keith, real quick, you guys didn't work the off season. I mean, you were, because I know the guys in the 60s and some in the early 70s, they had to literally work in the off season to offset the little bit amount of money that they were making in the NFL.
I wish I had it worked, and I think that's one of the things that is a problem with the league, is that I think guys should be required to do something all year round, because you give a young man no responsibilities and a pocket full of money and all the time in the world, that's a recipe for disaster.
Absolutely.
Recipe for disaster. So I would get, my agent has set it up, you could get your salary any way you wanted it, basically. I mean, you get 1/16, or I think we were playing 16 game, 1/16, and you could get all of that, or you could spread it out. So what I would do, I would get like $2,000 a month during the season, and then January 1st, I get one lump sum of all of that money, of the rest of the money, and with no responsibilities and no, don't have to be anywhere or anything. Man, it was an open season, and by the time, so January I get a lump sum. By the time training camp came around in August, I had spent all of that money.
Wow.
You just traveling. You want to go somewhere? Let's go. You want this? You want this? Just crazy. So I think it would be good. It would have been better for me and most guys if they had some responsibility, had to show up and do something. It's just young people with money and time, recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So Keith, most people and most players, when they come into the league, everybody always have that "I have arrived" moment. When did you know that hey, you know what? I could play with the best of them. I'm here and I ain't going nowhere.
I still don't know that. I still don't know. Hey, there's levels to this. There's levels. And I think that, guys, when you make it to the NFL, you've been successful your whole career. From the time you're playing in the front yard or the backyard or whatever, you were the best player. Then junior high, high school, college, you were one of the best players. So you get to the NFL, and I found out real quick, I'm not one. There's levels to this. And, I remember being drafted and one of the reporters asking me, doing the interviews after the draft, and one of the reporters asking me, you expect to make the Pro Bowl and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, of course, because I've only known success, and I knew what my work ethic was, and I knew that eventually I was going to be successful. But man, those guys, you talk about professional football, these guys are professionals. Things that I did in college, these guys had seen that stuff, years and years, and moves that I would try to do. They knew they knew what I was going to do before I even did it. Mm-hmm. So Doug Deacon and some of those guys really took me to school, and helped me learn and grow as a player. And so yeah, first game we went out to Seattle, and I was able to get a sack during that game. So at that time I thought, eventually it's going to come around, but it did take a while. It's rough, man.
Okay.
The guys out there are no joke.
Okay. So outside of Otto Graham, you got to play arguably with two of the greatest Cleveland Browns quarterbacks in history, Brian Sipe and Bernie Kosar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop right here. What was the atmosphere like knowing that this young kid out of the University of Miami was basically trying to rig the system so he could come play for you guys? What was it like during that time frame?
So when I in 1982, Brian Sipe was our quarterback, and I remember people were still talking about the Cardiac Kids season, and and all of that. And so the strike kind of came and kind of disrupted everything. And, we still made the playoffs that year. I forget what our record was. We made the playoffs after the strike and went out and played the Raiders. I think we lost to the Raiders in the first round that year. And then I'm not sure about 83. But I remember in 84 was a memorable season for me because that was the only season that I started all 16 games. So Paul McDonald was our quarterback that year. And we had a rough year. And it was, the defense, we had a good year defensively. I think we led the conference in total defense or something. But offensively, we struggled. And
right. I remember.
Yeah. And I just remember the talk of Bernie, and, this guy down in Miami and the supplemental draft and all this kind of stuff. He really wants to play in Cleveland and he was coming and this kind of thing. And so there was a lot of buzz around. And then when he showed up, it's like, in no slight to Paul, but it was like night and day. I mean, I think that's one of the issues with the NFL is that it's so quarterback centric. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a quarterback, it's like a quarterback is almost like having LeBron on your team. If you have LeBron on your team, everything else looks better. It's the same thing with the quarterback. And when you have a good or the right quarterback, the receivers look better, the running back looks better. So the offense I think in 1984, the defense was ahead of the offense. We were a defensive team. But then we got Bernie, we got Webster Slaughter, we got Ernest Biner, Kevin Mack. Like the offense caught up. And, it was we had some interesting practices just because those guys were young, they were talented, and they were fearless. We had, our defensive backs were, talking noise all the time. And those young guys, they didn't back down at all. I was like, oh, these guys are going to be good. And so having that quarterback and having those young, fearless guys, the team, that's when the team really took off. Because the defense had already kind of established itself. And then when now the offense came on, and it was on from then.
Okay. So let me ask you this. You've been in 7 seasons full of training camps. Could you shed some light on this whole the backup shouldn't be getting reps or you shouldn't be preparing the backup in case your starter go out? In other words, the situation that they're having with Shador.
Yeah. Well, I can't speak to it much because I don't think people realize, but there's really two teams on a team. The offensive team and the defense. We're like two separate teams. I mean, we would come in at the beginning of the day, meet as a team for like 5 minutes, what's his name, Marty Schottenheimer, or who was the coach at the beginning?
Bud Carson?
Sam Rutigliano.
Oh,
The head coach would address the team as a unit for maybe 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then a wall would come and divide the room, and it was offense and defense. And for the rest of the day, all the meetings or whatever, it was just defense. You meet with your position, you meet with the front seven, you meet with whoever. And so the only time we would really interact with the offense was out on the practice field during team session. Because when you start off, even in practice, you know, the offense wearing white jerseys, defense wearing brown jerseys. We're practicing on different sides of the field. We're going through, you know, position drills. Then we're going through defensive drills. And then the last maybe half hour of practice or so, that's when all the teams come together. So it's really like two separate teams. Now, we had our feelings. You know, teams can really, guys, the players know. The players haven't, well, at least we think we know who the best quarterback is or who should be getting the reps. And sometimes it's not the starter. Sometimes we feel like, hey, that backup should be playing. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what the coach is seeing, but, you know, it's the coach's decision. But yeah, as far as the reps and all that stuff goes, offense was like a total separate entity. I was just worried about the defense. Our assignment is what we were going to do. And yeah, we had opinions and everything, but we weren't that close to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see from, you know, a fan's perspective on what's happening. But usually, especially once the season starts, the games are so competitive that the first team quarterback is getting all the reps. It's like the second team quarterback doesn't. They don't get very many. It's always been that way.
Oh, okay. Hey, so one of our regular guests, he has a question for you, Keith. He wants to know, where would you place Miles on a list of top 10 defensive ends of all time?
All I can say is I have never seen a human being move the way Myles Garrett moves.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on. Time out for a second.
Right on.
Time out for a second. Wait a minute. Didn't Myles go to Texas A&M?
He did go to Texas A&M.
Did Keith go to Texas A&M?
We did, exactly.
Collude, I'm feeling collude. Come on, Tim, help me out. You see what's going on here.
No. It's not even about that. It's not even about that. Let me tell you.
You know, I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
I know, but just let me tell you. I mean, you can mess with me, and I deserve it. But let me tell you this. I went to training camp, and the first time I saw Myles Garrett in the stands, and he took off around that end, I was like, that dude is different. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've never seen anybody that size move that quick. And it's, you know, I played in the league for 7 years, and that dude, you know how they say we built different? He's built different.
Yeah.
He's a Lawrence Taylor, Deion Sanders. You know, there are players who are good in a certain system, and there are certain players who are they're just above. Like I said, there's levels. He's one of those elite level players, a Reggie White, a Lawrence Taylor.
He's the GOAT.
That kind of thing. Like you can't duplicate what he does. Right. You can try, you can do the same move, but it's not going to look the same. He's a different cat.
So you put him top 5, top 3?
Oh, easy. Any that I've seen in my lifetime, I would say, Reggie White, Derek Thomas was a pass rushing demon for Kansas City. Bruce Smith.
Bruce Smith.
But didn't he play linebacker though?
Yeah.
I don't know if he played. He may have played linebacker, but when it was
linebacker in the 3-4.
But when it was a rushing down, when it was a passing down, he had his hand in the dirt.
Okay.
He was
So
freaking
he was.
Yeah,
They would call him the Edge.
yeah.
He was different. He was different. He was different. He was different too.
Yeah. Miles is a different. He's a
Miles
different kind of cat.
Miles is super heroic. Yeah, he's a superhero.
Yeah, he is.
His
Yeah,
size,
he
like
is.
how big he is, his frame to be as agile as he is.
Exactly. You don't
Just
see.
to
You
keep
normally
in,
don't see
it's
people
crazy.
his size move like that.
No. He bends so deep when he comes around that edge. It's like
He really does.
he like morphs or something coming around.
I got to sit close to one of the training camps, and they were doing the hula hoop drill where they're busting their ass around the circles, and he is just it's like you said, there's levels. He's just a freak. It's insane.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you someone else who I played with who had that kind of talent, but I don't think his mental. He had the same. There
Chip
were some
Banks?
issues.
Are you going to say? Are you going to say Chip Banks? Are you going to?
Yes, sir.
I feel you say Chip Banks. He was.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
he was a different dude, but you're right. There was something going on. What?
But
I'll let you finish. I'm gonna tell you what was going on, but I'll let you finish.
No, I want to hear I want to hear your story.
Well, his whole issue, and I don't blame him because he was that dude. Pro Bowl. He was already Pro Bowler. Tom Cousineau comes into camp, hasn't done anything, and Art Modell rolled out the red carpet for him, got the big contract, and Chip Banks, that did not sit right with Chip Banks. Yeah. He let everybody know about it too. I remember that.
Yeah. Chip and I were drafted the same year. He was the first round pick and I was second. And man, Chip did some things on the field that just would leave everybody with just their mouth open. I mean, he was a linebacker, but every once in a while, they would bring him over to do pass rush, a one-on-one pass rush with the defensive lineman against the offensive lineman. The offensive linemen would be lucky if they touched him, if they could even get a hand on him. And it was so casual, like me playing with a junior high school kid or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like unbelievable.
So when Chip came in '82, Clay Matthews was because Clay Matthews came in '78. Who was your linebacker?
Was on the right side. It was Clay. It was when Cousineau came in, Eddie Johnson and Chip.
Eddie Johnson.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, I remember Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
the memories of childhood, man.
Absolutely, man. Wow. It was fun that year. '84 was a great year, man. We were balling.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Okay. So Keith, looking back at your career, if you could change anything, or you could leave it the same, would you change anything?
I would. I think I would. I think that my career, I don't know if you guys probably don't remember, but my career wasn't what it was expected to be. Lyle Alzado was on the team, and they traded him or something and drafted me. So I think I was supposed to be, they was expecting me to, and somebody said something about me being the best pure pass rusher in the draft and all of this stuff. So there was a lot of hoopla around me and that kind of thing. And it didn't turn out the way everyone expected it to go. But I think that, there was, like I said, there's levels to that. I don't think that I was, I take some responsibility for that. But also, I think that I had always played 4-3 in. And the Browns at the time were a 3-4 team. So that's a total different position. And I appreciate them having the faith that I could make that transition, but I couldn't. And so if I had it to do over, I think I would have walked into the coach's office and say, look, this is not, you guys need someone else for a 3-4 in. I'm a 4-3 guy. I'd appreciate you guys trading me or letting me go to, I was looking at like Washington, Dexter Manley, teams that had, played 4 defensive linemen as their primary defense, going to a team like that, I think I would have had a better career. Or I think I was kind of a tweener. So when I got drafted, I was probably 245, 250. So I think I would have been a good linebacker. But like we just talked about, we already had good linebackers, outside linebackers. So there was no space for me there. So I think in retrospect, that's one thing I would have done. I would have been more outspoken about my needs as a player, what I felt was right for me. And I think the other thing that I would have done is to prepare myself for life after football. Because you come into the league, you thinking, it's a short, it's NFL not for long. You're not going to be there long. And so you're going to have to do something afterwards. And so I was thinking that, but it takes so much energy, time, effort, work in order to get your spot on the team, to improve your position there. I wanted to be a starter. I wanted to be a Pro Bowler. I wanted to do well as far as making it to the Super Bowl. So I thought all my energy and effort needed to be there. So I would always say, okay, next year I'll start working on finishing my education. Next year I'll start working on what my occupation is going to be when I retire. But then you know what? You don't have it. You keep pushing on next year, and before you know it, there is no next year. You're out of the league and you haven't prepared. So if I had to do over, I would think I would speak up for myself, and I would also prepare for the offseason, prepare for my post football career.
Okay. So who do you think? That's the question I was going to ask. Who do you think is harder on pro athletes, themselves or fans?
Oof.
That's a good question. Good question.
I think social. I'm so grateful that social media wasn't around when.
Right. Man. Yeah.
Because my opinion would probably be a lot different. And trust me, it was tough to go out after we had stunk it up. If we had played a bad game or we lost a big game or whatever, you didn't want to go to the grocery store. You didn't want to go to the bank. You didn't want to go out. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh. And so it's tough, and I understand the disappointment, but we want to win too. It's like winning is everything. It's not about stats. It's about winning the game. And and that's the thing about football. You work all week. All of your energy, your mind, your body is working towards one goal, coming out of Sunday with a higher score than your opponent. And when you lose, I remember my girlfriend, who was now my wife, she would always try to cheer me up after the game. She would be like, oh, you guys played well. I'm like, no, please just let me, I need time to decompress. I don't want to hear it. Just put on some music and let's just go home. And after an hour or two, but for that first, I was destroyed every week. It was, it takes everything out of you. So, people know that the fans is hard on them, but it's hard on players too. It is. And I can't even imagine what it's like now, or having to open up, social media and see all that junk.
Right.
Last question real quick.
I was just going to say, if anybody got any questions, now's the time.
Do you think that because the players are paid a whole lot more in contrast to players back, when I was growing up? So do you think these players take the criticism as harshly as they would have taken them maybe a generation or two ago, because there is compensation that comes along with it that in a lot of cases is pretty extreme?
And I think you bring up a good point. I think the money aspect of it throws, takes it up several notches because no one knew what we were making, but now everybody knows. You sign $100 million. Oh, you getting paid $100 million, and you can't even catch a ball, or you making all that money, you missed that tackle, that kind of thing. So I think the money ruins everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
the more money is involved,
more money, more problems.
Everything is escalated.
But wait. But there's two sides to that coin because the money smooths things over too. Like the loss is a lot easier to take with hundreds of millions of dollars in your account. I'm just saying, the fans, we sad because we lost. We feel like we lost, right? But we still broke at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's true.
It sounds like you're saying you can't be mad because you still got a pocket full of money.
I'm not saying you can't be mad. I just said the money smooths it over nowadays anyway. The money smooths it over just a little bit. So like it's a little bit easier to get over when you're pulling off in your Ferrari. That's all I'm saying.
But also the other thing I noticed like when we were kids watching the Browns and Steelers and different rivalries, those players seem to not like each other genuinely. You didn't see exchanging of jerseys and autographs at the end. It was like the fans hated the fans of the opposing team. The players hated the opposing team.
Yeah.
All this together. But once I used to have this passion where it would cause me physical pain watching the Browns. Where I'm like, as I got older, I'm like, I'm gonna have to monitor myself because I don't want to die with these behind these games. When I started to see these guys after a game where I almost lost my life, shaking hands and hugging and smiling, I'm like, well, they're rich. They're living their dream. They're playing a game. They've been playing that we all played in the backyard as kids, and they're getting paid all this money, and they're friends, a lot of them. And so it kind of takes away. And I did not see that same activity when I was growing up. Football seemed way more authentic, and it seemed like it was
I agree.
Passion and grit and guts. It just doesn't seem like that now.
I agree.
It goes back to once the money made it a business, then.
Yeah, because football gave me a different.
I want to address what Mama Bear said.
Okay,
all right, go ahead.
The money does help, but after that, like I said, those first few hours after the game, I still remember a game that I lost in high school. Ooh. When I think about that game, I get physically ill. Oh. I almost quit football because we lost that game. I didn't want to play anymore. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to watch it. Losing money does not cover that feeling, at least initially. It may take a few hours for some people, maybe days, and then the money helps. But money does not take away that pain.
So I'm gonna say to that. The only thing I can say that will make me really, truly, deeply relate to that, because I'm a musician, right? I've been on stage for something years. I can just imagine getting up there and singing and then just like getting booed. Like, right? Yeah. Like getting booed off the stage, like literally getting booed off the stage. Like you won't want to get up there and sing again. Like, so when you're describing that feeling, that's what it makes me think of. Like, what was the one performance that you had that you just like, oh my gosh, that made me never want to get on stage again because of how badly that one went. So when you're saying that, I can believe that it can stay with you forever. Like
so when you strap it up and you get between those lines, you're not thinking about how much money you make. You're not only thing you're focusing on is winning that game. What do I have to do for us to win this game?
I can appreciate that.
And I also think it's about, because all of our experiences that are disappointments and frustrations are pretty much founded on as our expectations. Yeah. And if you expect to win, if you expect the best outcome, those are the biggest disappointments when it don't happen. So in a culture over so many years with the Browns, if the expectation is not that, then how does that feel as a player? Do you check out? Right. The business now, and I'm just here to collect the check. That doesn't necessarily translate into this disappointment of a loss.
Well, now I would say this about football. Now some sports you may be able to check out. In football, you cannot check out. I got Anthony Munoz in front of me. How am I going to check out? You know what I'm saying? This dude is about to rip my head off.
Yeah.
I gotta be focused. I gotta bring it. Football is not something you can play half-hearted.
I love this. This is
You
important
gotta
because
be
I be
all
thinking the Browns be
in.
half-hearted sometimes. So I'm glad that you're saying this because like we can't see into the hearts and into the minds of these players. You know what I mean? Like we sit on our cozy warm couches while they out there with their fingers freezing, you know, throwing and catching or throwing and dropping passes, and we like, nah, you not catch that. We're just the athletes, but we screaming at these athletes like, how you drop that? How you not? You gotta catch that, bro. We screaming, we going crazy, but we don't see into the hearts and minds like how badly you want that win. Like this is a very valuable time that we're getting to spend with you to hear that insight. Like that's huge.
That's what I was going to say. This is so insightful because although I played football from the time for as far back as my memory goes, I never played it at that level. So when you get to see the press conferences, what players are pretty much forced to say and not allowed to really express, you can only just kind of like gather what you can from that. But to hear your perspective and from inside the locker room and playing against the legendary people you played against, your observations from that perspective is invaluable. As fans, to bring some clarity to us because I'm sure, as you know, this team has been maddening.
The Browns be making big
it's been
out of it. I'm all conspiracy theories and what's going on. Trying to just find my mind, you know. It's been a lot, so I really appreciate.
Hey, real quick, I got a pop quiz. I got a pop quiz for my regulars. Keith, you're not in this, so I got a pop quiz for Cody, Tim, and Mama Bear. What is the distinction that only Keith Baldwin and Jim Brown have? These are the only two players that have this distinction. What you think it is?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
What do you think it is, Mama Bear?
The only distinction that they have?
Yeah.
That's how I don't know. Somebody said they know this.
Yeah, we I already know you know, Cody, because you got the pictures.
Are you talking about their physical appearance?
Oh no.
You said pictures because you so.
Well, I'm gonna show pictures of what I'm talking about.
Oh, somebody giving the answer.
No, that's not. Wait a minute.
Y'all both play lacrosse?
We don't do lacrosse in Texas.
Okay, yep. That ain't it.
It's
Cody,
all football all the time.
He looked like he got the answer.
No, I know you got something up your sleeve. I'm looking forward to it.
Tim, any guesses, Tim?
Does it have to do with entertainment?
Not in the sense that I know that you're thinking. No.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Hey, Cody, go ahead and show him the pictures. Go ahead and show him the pictures, Cody.
I never see the pictures.
Those are the only two players that have been to my house. Keith and Jim Brown.
Wow. Okay.
That have been to my house.
Wow.
My wife and son.
That's beautiful.
And man, we had a great time that day.
That was.
Ray, I need to get to your house.
I just went over. I went over to sign his car. I didn't know he had all of that.
Yeah, that house is amazing.
I got to see this house, Ray. I still haven't seen it.
Like walking into the Hall of Fame in Canton.
I know, right?
For the Browns. Yeah.
No, it is dope.
Man.
So hey, let's get into last week. And let's get the silliness out of the way first. So Myles Garrett was in the news. Go on, Cody. Go on, pop the picture. This is for you, Mama Bear. This is only for you, Mama Bear. Nobody else.
I can't see the pictures. Y'all know how it be doing me.
Not that picture. The other picture that I sent. Oh, wait, hold on. You can't see the picture?
That always happens to me.
You've never been able to.
They don't show for me. There's a little block in the middle of me and Tim, but I can't see the photo.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, so let's get serious for a second. So there was a young man, Bryce Dunlap. He had an aneurysm to the brain, and luckily he was a organ donor because the individual that received this young man's liver was none other than Bernie Kosar.
Oh wow!
And you know the young man was 21 years old. As you can see, big Browns fan. Life life tragically cut short.
That's so young.
However, he gave life through organ donating. So yeah, I mean, I really don't even have a question. I just wanted to give a shout out to this courageous young man and his family, because I know they're going through hard times and whatnot right now. Anytime you lose a child, I mean, I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Just wanted
God
to
bless him and the family. Yeah.
Is anyone on here an organ donor other than myself?
I am. But also, just for a matter of, it was an anoxic brain injury. It was, which is like a oxygen deprivation, total complete oxygen deprivation. It was
Right.
it wasn't an aneurysm. I just want to make sure that we publicize it right.
Right. So yeah, I mean, and then so we're gonna be doing. I know a lot of people are going to be doing a lot of different benefits because Bernie is far from out of the woods. First 72 hours are the most critical because that's the time frame when the body usually rejects
Rejected. Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah, definitely keeping BK in our prayers.
Right. And a lot of people are doing fundraisers. If you can look behind me on my right, that's a game used, autographed, and it's painted. I'm gonna be auctioning that off, and all the proceeds are going to Bernie. And then the other jersey on the other side that has 5 of the greatest Browns players of all time that have signed that. Jim Brown signed it, Otto Graham signed it, Bernie Kosar signed it, Brian Sykes signed it, and Joe Thomas signed it. So both of those are going to be auctioned off. And I had a car show last year, and Bernie signed 19 of these for for giveaways for the car show. I have one extra one left, so we're going to be selling this. We're going to be auctioning this off as well, and then all through the year, we're going to be auctioning or doing special events for Bernie because I mean, come on, I mean Bernie is that guy.
Hey, how do I get in on that auction? I may want one of those jerseys.
Well, here's the thing. So we're doing it. So December 14th, we're going to be at PJ McIntyre's, which is the West Side Browns backers. So it'll be a silent auction there, but then I'm going to also put it up online so people like yourself, if you want to bid on it, you can bid on it as well too. And I'll keep you posted on those days.
Yeah. Definitely let me know. I'd like to get in that action.
That's awesome, Ray. That is awesome you're doing that.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, hey, come on, it's Bernie.
It's Bernie.
Right. Big news came out today. He signed Alex Wright, 3 years, $30 million. All right, Barry. Go ahead, Barry. Keep on going, Andrew. It says here that Mason Graham is proving his worth as a top pick because he's in the top 5 in pressures for the year. I know a lot of people were on the fence with that pick. We traded and then we moved down a little bit. I just want to know, do y'all feel a little bit better about that pick now?
I like Mason.
Let's go with you first, Keith.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that he's an interior lineman, so it's not as flashy as a defensive end. But yeah, he's balling. I've been checking him out. He's doing a good job. Okay.
Timothy. It's funny because some of these questions, I have certain people in mind when I'm making up these questions. And this question, I definitely had Tim in mind when I was writing this question down.
I don't think he's a bad pick for us, but I still feel like.
Go ahead. Let's hear the however.
I still feel like we could have the receiver, Shador's receiver. I still would have preferred him.
Okay.
I think we have a bigger need at wide receiver than we do at Mason Graham's position. That's why.
Okay, that's fair. Cody, what's your thoughts?
No, I think he's an eater. I was sitting front row at the Browns draft party they had in the stadium and waiting for that pick coming. I assumed it was Travis Hunter. I didn't love Travis Hunter, but I thought for sure that's what it was. They traded it back and they got this guy from Michigan, and I was like, oh gosh, here we go. But no, he's definitely proved himself, and I think longevity-wise, he'll be a really good fit. Where Travis Hunter was a little too much of a gamble in my eyes. I thought for sure the Browns would have took him, but Mason's played out. Plus, we get a pick next year, so I actually love it.
Okay. Come on, Mama Bear, what you got for us?
Yeah, I'm for it. I mean, I could piggyback off of both what Tim said and what Cody said. I like what Cody's saying as far as longevity. I think that's something we're going to be able to count on with him, especially alongside Schlesinger. That's my guy.
Oh, he's an eater too.
Schlesinger's my guy.
What's the next question?
He was the one I didn't think would be it.
If y'all like Graham, Schweitzer, I can never say his name right.
Schlesinger.
He's top 15 in tacos.
Yeah.
Right there. Ooh.
Yeah. You dancing. Go ahead, Mama Bear. I'm gonna let you go first.
I am so excited about him, and for him to be doing what he's doing already. Like we already said, like he's a part of our rookie class, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
We have got a divine rookie class this year. Like these boys, the young bloods are having at it. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. He's like in there on every play. You're not seeing him not eat. He's eating. He's eating. And so I just every week, even if we end up with the L, because it's the Browns, I'll be excited to watch him play. He gets me excited about football.
Okay. Big bro Tim.
Yeah.
You loving it, or is he one of you?
I didn't think Schlesinger. I'm pleasantly surprised by Schlesinger. I didn't think he would be this great, but he's taking advantage of that defensive line. That's what the linebacker with a defensive line in front of him like that is supposed to do.
Right. Yeah.
That he's doing exactly what a capable linebacker is supposed to do, and I think he's just doing it at a very high level, especially to be a rookie.
Yes.
Tim knows what he's talking about on that defense.
Okay, I take that one. Go ahead,
you big dog.
Keith, what's your thoughts on the young linebacker?
Who you asking?
Keith.
Oh, okay.
On the young linebacker.
I'm sorry, I was talking. I think the defense has been playing well all year, really. For minus a couple games, but yeah, I think he's doing a good job. I think there's some talented guys on the defense. I want to shout out Denzel Ward too. Denzel is an amazing player. And I just hate to see him and Miles and some of the other guys that are not getting the love that they deserve because of the teams aren't doing well. If the teams are doing better, they'd be getting a lot more recognition and a lot more love. So
yeah.
Okay. Cody?
No, Schlesinger, he's been flying around. I was just a couple rows back from the field, and sometimes it's a tough view, but you could see him really scooting around. I'm really glad he got that interception against the Ravens. But are we calling him Schlesinger, or are we calling him Joe Schobert 2.0?
I love Joe Schobert. I mean, I hate it when we got
No.
That's a good call, though. That's a good call.
It should be Clay Matthews 2.0.
Yeah.
I see more of a. I mean,
Clay Matthews was Clay Matthews was a dog. He was.
Huh?
Well, that's why I didn't want to. He's just a way better Joe Schobert. I feel like Clay Matthews was good enough. There ain't no 2.0.
So Keith, Clay Matthews belong in the Hall of Fame?
I think so. Yeah, Clay played well for a long time. Clay was just dependable, just steady, always showing up, always making plays. Yeah, he definitely is a Hall of Famer in my eyes.
Okay. Anybody else got anything before we go?
Judkins.
Mama Bear is a musician. Where do we hear you? What do you sing? Do you play? What do you do?
Okay, so I sing, I play. I've been doing it for a couple decades. But if you look me up, it's gonna be troublesome. Ever since J. Cole came out with the Middle Child album, it's hard to find my work. So my stage name, if you want to find me on Pandora, iTunes, all of the mediums basically, Amazon Music, Spotify,
Pandora, all of them.
Pandora, all of them. You would look under Middle Child. But when you look under Middle Child, you're going to find a lot of things because a lot of people want to call themselves Middle Child or make a song called Middle Child. So I would say look up the album entitled Bare Feet and Pregnant. Not Barefoot and Pregnant, but Bare Feet, because we had a production company, my brother and I, Bare Feet Productions, that produced the album Bare Feet and Pregnant.
Hey, Keith,
so I would say go to your Spotify or Pandora, whatever, type in Middle Child, Bare Feet and Pregnant, and you'll find my music, and then it'll lead you to a bunch of other stuff because there are multiple albums on there.
Hey, Keith, if you can't find it, I got her album. I'll sell you a bootleg.
Yeah. Like Ray knew us when we were in Youngstown as teenagers, going down to Gotta Flow Records on Market Street.
Yeah.
Wait! I always got to tell my Middle Child story. So when I was living in LA, I was hot and heavy in the whole music game. So somebody had told me, hey, you got to go to this convention in south of France. So I go down there. I'm Star Trek. I'm En Vogue was there, just literally walking around. I mean, there was stars all over the place. So it might have been day 2 or day 3. And there's a lot of different showcases. So, you go. So I'm walking through this big thing and I hear this thing and I was like, oh, let me run down there and see. Who do I see but Middle Child on the stage killing it in the South.
Wow.
Killing it. When I tell you she was killing it, she was killing it.
That's
in the
yeah.
South.
That was just an acoustic set, just me and my guitar singing.
Youngstown in the house. Youngstown in the house.
How about I just went to look it up, and instead of bear, I spelled it B-E-A-R, and I was like, damn, that's Mama Bear. I gotta B-A-R-E.
Right, Bare Feet and Pregnant. Yeah. It'll take you to other albums because there's the Bare Feet and Pregnant album. There's the intro. There's the Rawls and Middle. If you're hip to Jay Rawls at all and his hip hop, there's the
I'm looking at it right now.
And then there's one song in particular that got picked up on Showtime on the television show called The Shy.
Yeah.
And that song is called In a Song, and that's Middle Child and DJ
season 2. I think it's season 2, episode 4, or something like that.
It's season 2, episode 2 of The Shy. At the end of episode 2 on season 2 of The Shy, my song is playing in the background on there. So that got picked up like 11 years after I recorded it. It was crazy. Like
that's awesome.
That's one thing about being a songwriter or doing music. Like you can do a song like if y'all ever seen the TV show Weeds, that little song Little Boxes. That song didn't blow up till after that lady was long gone. And her family's now eating off the royalties of that song. So if you're a musician out there, just keep making music.
So you can relate to the players making all that money now. So you getting all those royalties and all that nice.
I do.
So
it's funny. Like
you pulling up in Ferraris and whatnot.
You know what? All it takes is one of these songs to get picked up by the right show, and I'm pulling up in my Ferrari.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, anybody got anything? Because I know we having fun, but I look up and I was already
gone.
So anybody?
I just want to thank Keith again for his insights and transparency, how it feels to be a player, and just giving us that perspective is very valuable information.
I want to thank you guys. You guys made it really easy to talk, and I appreciate hanging out with you guys. That was fun.
Yeah, the insight was awesome. That's what I was going to say. So thank you.
Yeah.
What else? What do you got? Are you in Mexico permanently?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, back and forth. We still have a place in Ohio, but we spending more and more time, especially this time of year. How cold is it there? You guys are...
we won't talk about that.
Hey Keith, this is the time of year you got to go outside, start your car, and then come back inside. Wait 20 minutes before you go back out again.
You got to be fluent in Spanish living over there, right?
I was tired of that. I'm sorry.
You got to be fluent in Spanish over there, right? You speaking Espanol?
No, I'm working on it, but most places speak English, and
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
If nobody has anything, much love, Mr. Baldwin.
Hey, much love to you guys. Thank you so much.
There's a lot of people in the comments saying bring Keith back. So we gotta have
shout out to the dog pound, CLE. Love y'all.
Hey, as always, go Browns!
Go Browns!